We're going to pick up right where you left off. This is round two of Mike McCallum versus James Toney. All right, let's get into it. So James is going to get to this lead foot and fire off his jab high right here. And it's just to occupy Mike's guard and then commit the jab to the body. And there it is. Now, one thing I want to hone in on, YouTube handle, they call me Gail, brought this up in round one. So check out this down parry from Mike. The concern is, with the down parries, if James followed up with his rear hand, Mike could be in danger. Now, this frame shows that Mike is aware of that. So check out that lead hand. See how it's covering right here? And we'll turn it live for a second. It's still covering. So if you have a down parry in your game, that's fine. Just know what could be coming next. And hey, they call me Gail. Isn't that crazy timing? Okay, here's another neat sequence. So check out how they're both ready to catch each other's jab right here. Then they're both going to attack on the same beat. And here's the neat part. So Mike's going to counter with his jab high while James chooses to go low right here. Now James will jab as Mike parries. Then James will look to double it up as Mike counters back. And Mike will jab again. All right, James has his head towards his lead foot, and he'll time Mike stepping in right here. So James will go high as Mike looks to parry. Then James drops his weight and then goes to the body. Okay, we'll get something a little different. James is going to get to this lead foot, load, and then spring off with a leaping uppercut. And one thing to note, check out how he places all his weight on his rear foot. Now Mike's on the right side of his line, weights on that rear foot. He's going to lift this lead foot as James jabs. Then he's going to place all his weight there, slip it inside. Now, James is going to double up, looking for the body. Then they're going to punch on the same beat. James will get back to this lead foot. He's going to spring off with a leaping jab. Then he's going to get under this counter from Mike right here. Then Mike's going to push off this rear foot, throw the jab to the body. All right, Mike's going to go to the body, and check out how James tried to escape. And then he's going to counter right back. And then James will catch Mike right here, then go high, parried, and then low, parried. So James really starts to time Mike coming in. So James is posted over that lead foot. Mike's going to push off that rear foot right here. Then James looks low. Okay, James's head is toward that lead foot, and check out this lead hand position. He'll bring it up as Mike drops right here. Then check out again, all his weight's on his lead foot, then rear foot. Then he's going to bring it back to his lead foot right here. Do the exact same thing to snap off that jab. Mike parries and pulls, then he'll drop. Then he's going to push off this rear foot and then fold out that jab. Now they'll time each other with their jabs. Then Mike's going to go ahead and do a triple jab here. James is going to parry this first one, pull the second one, drop that third, then back to that lead foot, and then one more drop for good measure. All right, James is going to bring this rear foot up right here, fire off that jab, catching Mike. Now, Mike's going to come back with a double jab. The first one, James catches right here. Now, the second one puts him in danger because James is going to drop and then come back with a rear cross. Here's the drop, there's the cross. So James is going to bring his weight to his rear foot and then step forward with this lead foot, looking for this hook to the body. Now Mike's going to catch it, and then James is going to throw his cross while Mike looks to catch him with this hook right here. Now what's amazing about these two is they continue through their patterns. Mike will come back with a rear uppercut. James is in a counter with his hook as Mike bobs down off of that lead foot. A little pendulum step here, getting behind James, looking for his hook as James drops down right here. And then another pendulum step. Again, James is posted up near that lead foot. Mike's going to get caught coming in right there. James looks low, and then Mike's going to follow suit with his drop. All right, James is going to get to this lead foot, throw out his leaping jab, and then he's going to catch Mike with this rear cross. Now, Mike's going to post with this lead hand right here, come back with his cross as James drops down. Now, James is going to weave to this lead foot, back to his rear foot. And Mike right here is looking to catch him with his hook as James drops straight down. Now, James is going to come back with his rear cross. Mike pulls, comes back with his uppercut as James bobs down. Now, James is going to look for a lead hook to the body and then look to control Mike right here, but Mike is going to catch him with this lead hook. Now, Michael jab as James parries and pulls right here. Now, James is going to get back to this lead foot, flick out that jab, follows up with the rear cross, and Mike gets pushed to this rear foot, and he'll come back with his rear uppercut. And then check out how James bobs down. Okay, James will flick out that jab and check out this parry from Mike. Now, Mike's on the right side of his line. He's going to throw out his jab, but he's really looking for this rear hook to the body right here. So Michael jab as James parries and pulls right here. Then James is going to get back to this lead foot for another parry. All right, James is over that lead foot, and check out his lead hand position. Mike's in a step, firing that jab as James brings it up to meet him right here. Now, James is going to get back to this lead foot, pull as that jab comes, then he's going to drop once Mike throws his rear hook right here. Now, he's going to counter out with his rear uppercut, and then he's going to catch this hook from Mike, and then again, counter out with his own hook. Now, Mike's looking to grab James's waist right here, spin him around, and he's going to come over the top with his rear cross. Okay, Mike snaps out his jab as James pulls and parries. Mike's going to double it up, and James is going to drop right here. Now, check out James is going to get back to this lead foot and that rear hand cover. Fold out that jab, a little bit of movement, looking for the parry. Now right here, James catches Mike square. Check out those shoulders. James will do a little pendulum step, and once he lands, he's going to throw a leaping hook, rear cross, and then a little tie up. Now, Mike looks to control right here with his lead, and then he's going to throw his rear hook to the body. All right, here's a nice sequence. So Mike's going to double up his jab, but let's watch James. He's going to go ahead and pull the first one right here. And now his weight's on his rear foot. As the second one comes in, he's going to push off that rear foot and catch Mike right here. Now this time, Mike's going to get to this lead foot first and then beat James on this one with that jab. Okay, James is going to throw his jab, rear cross, and Mike's going to pull this jab right here. Now, he's going to use his lead hand to deflect that rear cross, come back with his rear uppercut as James bobs down right here. Now, this position is just a 50-50. Who wants to throw the lead hook first? James is going to initiate by going to the body, then head as Mike bobs down right here. Mike's going to come back with his own hook. James is going to stay down, and then James counters with a hook to the body, then head. Mike will counter out, catch an air. So Mike's going to throw his jab, rear cross, and Mike's going to miss this parry and then get caught by that cross. So ideally, Mike would have liked to caught that jab and then dropped under the cross. But here's the impressive part. Mike will continue with his pattern. He's going to look for his rear uppercut, then jab, rear cross. He's going to get held up here by James, and then he's going to pull away from this rear uppercut and then come back with his own jab. Now Mike's going to double jab, throw his rear cross as James pulls, rolls with that cross. His counter is stifled. He's going to go ahead and catch this hook from Mike, drop under that cross, and he's going to get back to this lead foot right here for his leaping hook. All right, Mike's looking for his lead shot to the body right here. Now James down parries, and not only down parries, but he clamps it to his own lead. Now Mike's going to look for his leaping hook. James is going to catch that right here, and then he's going to pull to his rear foot, rolling with that cross. He's going to come back, get stifled, doesn't catch it. Now, check out Mike's control with his lead forearm, and he's going to come out with his own hook. Okay, Michael jab as James pulls right here. Now, Mike's going to double it up, and James is going to parry pull, and then he's going to start the drop on the second one. And again, he's going to continue through that pattern. He's going to get back to this lead foot and check out that rear hand cover And then we're going to have some movement. So James is going to throw his jab, cross, and Mike's going to pull and then look to drop. So there's the pull, then the drop. And here Mike will jab as James parries and pulls. Then he's going to drop under this follow-up jab right here. Then he's going to shift his weight to his lead foot, slip into third. Then another jab from Mike. Then we're going to go high, low. Now James is posted up over his lead foot. He's going to shift his weight back. Mike's going to fire out that jab as James parries. And again, note James' patterns. He's going to drop right here, then pull, get back to that lead foot, check out that rear hand cover. Then he's going to fire out that jab, pull this counter, and then look for his own counter. All right, James is going to go back to high, occupying Mike's rear glove, and then go low to the body. Then this is the last clip of the round. Mike will jab as James drops. He's going to parry the second jab, and then he's going to pull the third. Now, this is where Mike puts himself in a potential bad position because James is in a counter and come back with his rear cross, but Mike has his next sequence ready, which is a drop. Then Mike's going to come back with a rear hook to the body. James is in a counter with his own hook, and then Mike's going to come back with another hook. Now, this is an accidental knockdown. See how James is wrapping his arm around the back of Mike's head, and Mike goes down. And that should do it for round 2.